I'm the only one who doesn't have a hat, probably the one who most needs it. Being referred to as Dot or the Dot, I'm not sure which. So I pretty much know from here about how I will feel. If anyone who doesn't know me, there's a couple people over there. Today, look, I'll diverge a little bit, and I was just going to talk about probably a few things that I've already talked about in our opening session a couple of weeks ago with the team, but this will expand that to business owners as well. So a little dry, but also talk a little bit about some of the strategy, and include a little bit of a map of the technologies that we're looking at as far as my group. It's cool, I don't know what I touched there, but it went forward anyway. So, as you know, ITS has just gone through a restructure. So I've been in this role, this is the fourth week of 260, not that I'm counting. And the three main business-related engagement streams are on the board behind. So we're student life cycle in the middle there. There's also learning, teaching, research, and UV ops, of course. The groups were, they're aligned to academic, so the registrars group, students groups, but also aligned to, and probably new for me, is aligned to John Barnes' area around engagement and vocational education, and we're also looking after international. And we're also taking the lead on RMIT in Vietnam, so that communication comes through to us as the first point of contact. But we know there's lots of IT needs there, so those get spread around as needed, of course. So I guess the point of the reorganization was to provide each of these streams end-to-end accountability. So we're looking at delivering operations, projects, the whole shoot match for the customers listed out there. Streamlined and efficient delivery, so that's been probably the most challenging, like with 20 odd new projects moving into our area, getting our arms around those and figuring out what's going on, all those has been taking a lot of our time to start with, and we're still trying to grapple with that at the moment. We are going to focus on partnerships, both with the business internally and external partnerships to help us manage our technology environment. And clear strategy. I'll talk a little bit more about strategy in a couple of slides. I guess questions I've been asked regularly is organizational change. Yes, there will be another organizational change coming. I can't give you timing on that right now, but that is going to happen probably sometime next year. And so yes, that does mean another change, going to some of the things Maddie was saying about uncertainty and ambiguity, but that will be happening in ITS. And that will help us do some of the things that haven't been done. So aligning some of, I said end-to-end accountability at the beginning. We probably don't have the capability of doing that within our group with the resources that we have at the moment. So you'll probably see a few more changes on that front. I thought it'd be worthwhile showing this, although I noticed it wasn't complete. But this is kind of how ITS leadership team falls out into the different areas. So I mentioned the three rows at the bottom. In terms of the business engagement areas, but there's also Paul at the top, of course, Office of the CIO, which is right now Emma as an acting role, and Catherine is in that role as well, providing processes, providing processes across all of the different streams. So as Maddie said, Catherine's new opportunity will allow her to take all the good things that we've done here and spread them around different parts of IT and the university. David Priest is the new Chief Technology Officer. Not exactly equated, but will take over and run all the architects. We'll have a lot to do with our technology strategy moving forward. That is the guy in that role. The CISO, as it's lovingly referred to, is Darren Bass. He's acting right now, and there's, I believe we found somebody for that, but not ready enough yet. So that's coming. Sinan is the head of university operations, just started about a week ago, so you all get to meet him soon. Megan Weir, acting and learning and teaching, and then the three cycle group. So myself, Jenny's starting to get around and been to talk to most of the customers, so she has a long list of people that she'll be going out to visit, that is starting to get around, and her job is really those strategic business partnerships. And what I mean by that is that we're looking at the environment that we have now in terms of technology, It's probably runs the same in terms of the number of applications and things we have. We want to work with customers to use strategic solutions to meet our needs, probably consolidating a number of our technologies as well. I'll talk about that in just a minute. Peter Rain, who's the Senior Portfolio Manager, projects. So all the projects will report into him, and of course Surev. And I think, I guess kind of going off what Maddie said, I think the appointments with Surev, Jeff, Julian, Shane, shows, so not everybody was from the group or had moved up from the group, so we brought a few new people in like Raheem. But I think what we're trying to do there is have some continuity and ensure everybody that we're happy with the path we're on in terms of how we're delivering, and that we're committed to that path in terms of that job delivery moving forward. So, like everyone was very happy about Surev, I know, and that's part of the reason that he was put into that role. He did bring somebody in to do that. So we are supporting existing methods, including the training. So, I don't know how well that was going to read. If anyone can read a little bit, let me know. But look, this is what kind of the map looks like in our head of the technologies that we're really looking at using into the future. And so when we look at the top university risks, anyone know the top university risk right now? Risk category? Besides Maddie? No? Not the play? All right. Student experience and competitiveness, right? So we are looking pretty heavily at that. One of the other themes I hear regularly is simplicity. So although strategy and things will come out a little bit later in the year, those are kind of two of them. There's quite a few themes, but those are kind of the two that rest with me in terms of looking at it from a technology perspective. And so what, even though this is quite a busy little diagram, it does represent a lot of simplicity, consolidation in terms of the technologies that we use, and really looking at more heavily at the front end of the student lifecycle stream. So when we talk about experience, we're not only talking about a drop-down box on a screen or how a screen looks or how you use it, but really the experience of students throughout the life cycle of their time here at RMIT, and how we attract them, admit them, enroll them, make sure we track them through their experience here, retain them, and how we get them to be a part of the RMIT community, and rinse and repeat is what I say, in terms of trying to get them to do other educational things throughout their lives. That's the focus here. So the focus for IT is to underpin that with some technologies that allow us to do those things. So one of those is, so a couple to note on here, I think, is that are coming up new is a new content management system, kind of at the beginning here, that will sort of underpin all our front-facing things to students in terms of how things look, how they act, how they interact, drive consistency in terms of our website, our device presence, everything really. I guess the other one is we are looking at some possible candidates for an enterprise-wide CRM system as well. Again, tying together customers. So, you know, when somebody's admitted, enrolled, alumni, that we can look at them through one system and kind of service them across the life cycle, as opposed to looking at different systems to figure out where they are now. So, so there is a good focus in investments in the front part here with the CMS and the CRM and those sorts of things. Those are things in the past that we've either neglected or decided to put a plethora of solutions in for. And so we will see a bit of investment in that in the coming months and years to come. So I guess I'll just end on the fact that we do have a lot of projects going on in the area, so you can see all the different ones that we're kind of running with at the moment, including a few ServiceNow ones. In fact, I'd like to give a shout, probably Terry's out there right now. We are launching a new service model today in the hub, or in RMIT Connect, in the NAS hall, sorry. And so that's quite an exciting thing. I'll probably pop up there at some point and see how things are going. But again, new technologies to service students, and we'll be rolling that out to different areas throughout the university to have a consistent approach to that service moving forward. But there's a number of projects on there, including all the projects represented today. And I guess I just wanted to say to this group that, again, there's a commitment here to move forward with the train, and we really want to ensure that we don't disrupt any of the things that we're doing right now. We really want to deliver on all the projects that we're doing, and ensure that we are delivering what's in the business case and ensuring that we're driving value as quickly as we can back to the business. And I know you guys are all doing that, and I've always been really proud to be a little part of the train, and I'm glad that you guys are here with us and doing this work. So I think if you just continue what you're doing, we'll be very happy, and we'll get to the end of some of these projects. Really quickly, as Maddie alluded to, investment in 2016 is still under a cloud of uncertainty, and we will have some more information on that really at the end of the year. I did talk to some of the contractors, because a lot of this group I know is a contractor base, so I took out a few of my old friend contractors, and I just want to let them know also that I'll be doing a contractor session to talk about things that contractors are interested in exclusively before I go away on leave. So look for that in the probably next week. Sit with you guys for an hour and talk a little bit about renewals and all those good things. Okay, so leave it at that because my time's up. Yeah, any quick questions?